Hey, have you heard about the Kingdom Business University? It's the most practical, hands-on business coaching program available today. Essentially, we handhold you through all the steps you need to build a highly profitable and highly influential business. The best part is we put you into a small group cohort, which means that we can hold you really accountable. Outside of your fortnightly session, you'll have access to an online learning platform 24/7. To find out more, go to kingdombusiness.com.au.
So many of you guys are throttling your business, in my opinion. I did when I was younger, and that's what I want to talk into it.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it all.
I want to talk to you about how you're using your money currently. You know, you've got a business to build, and yet I see too many people discretionary spending. And it doesn't make sense to me, right? They tell me they're all in and then they spend their money on dumb stuff, you know. And if you've been around our world for more than 5 minutes, you'll know, one of the sayings that we believe is just stop spending money on dumb stuff. Interestingly, the same people that tell me they got a big dream, they're going to build a big business and they're going to fund the kingdom, the same people are out, going on expensive holidays, going out to dinner, living the high life, blowing their cash. My Bible tells me that a house divided cannot stand. Now, in the implication in the Bible, it's talking about, the two economies, the two worlds, right? God's and ours and stuff, and the covenants, basically. Well, you can take that application and take it to business. Don't tell me you want to build a business and you've got a burning desire to build a great company and then spend your profits on dumb short-term stuff, right? It just simply doesn't work. And so that's what I want to talk into, right? My biggest mistake as a businessman when I was young was not going big enough early enough, right? I was cautious. I wasn't sure. I doubted myself. I didn't invest. In fact, I did invest. So here's the truth. When I was really young, when I say really young, let's say I'm going back 10 years, so I wasn't really young. I'm not 40 yet though. Go back 10 years ago and I started making good money in business and so forth, and I started buying real estate. Now that you would think that's a good thing to do. Well, it kind of is a good thing to do. It is and it isn't. I was probably not at the level in business where I was making a big enough profit to do real estate really well. I did it, and as an entrepreneur always does, you make it work. You do your thing, you make your cash and so forth. But I literally probably, did I make money on real estate? Yes, I made money on real estate, right? I bought a house just after the GFC, bought it at a good price, worked hard, paid it off, now I get rent. So that's a good deal. But the problem is that the little bits of money that I was playing with back then to do real estate was probably should have been redeployed back into the business. You would think, buying real estate is a good thing, and it is a good thing. But if I had redeployed it back in the business, I'd be able to play real estate at a whole new level today, just because I would have blown up, 10 years earlier. So, that's my biggest lesson, right? Is yes, I bought some real estate. Yes, it's done well. Yes, I get rent every month, and that's awesome. I love rent day, right? But when I think about it, if I could have turned back the time on that, I probably would have gone. I probably would have put it right back in the business. For example, if I started running Facebook ads back in 2013 in a major way, and have done that ever since. If I had redeployed some of that money in 2013 and played on Facebook 10 times as much, well, it would be a very different picture today, right? So I guess that's what I mean. So I'm speaking out of experience here, right? I didn't get it right from the beginning. And my single biggest regret is that I would have invested more money earlier in things like social media and profile and building a brand and investing back in my business, right? I didn't. I'm doing it today. Times are good. Please don't, it's good today. But when I look back over time, I wish. And so that's my wish for you, right? I don't want you to wish you'd ever played a little bit bigger. I want to kind of give you a kick up the backside and a jolt to do it today. So, and we're not talking here about big bits of money. I mean, my real estate example is probably tens of thousands of dollars, but it doesn't even need to be like that. We're talking about hundreds of dollars here. It's not the big end of town here that we're talking about. We're talking about small bits of money often make the biggest difference. Look. All right, so I got a bunch of credit cards and one note that just happens to be a green one, right? $100. That is nothing and everything all at the same time. Nothing, because, I mean, you guys know, right? You go out for dinner with your spouse somewhere half decent, you've blown $100. You go shopping for clothes, you've probably blown $100. You go to the movies now and get some of that sugar-filled stuff beforehand, and you've blown half of $100. You know, like $100 is nothing in the scheme of things. You guys are spending $100 on stuff all the time and not even realizing. And that's my concern, because as much as it's actually nothing, it's actually everything, especially at the early stage of business. What does $100 get you right now? Like this money right here, this little one note, that could get you 8 hours of a Filipino, building out an Excel spreadsheet of, 300 potential customers for you, right? And that would be a really smart thing to do. Go and get a whole bunch of, list of prospects and then start ringing them. What does $100 get you? $100 gets you some promotion on Facebook. You could spend $100 and go and get 8,000 people to see your message on Facebook, right? And that would be a better way to spend $100. In fact, I just did a video early on in the week, the 3 most common negative thought processes that Christian entrepreneurs have and how to get past them. And if you haven't seen it, go get it. But, like I had a fairly big organic reach, and then I gave it $100 and it just blew up, and, 10,000, 4,000 views and stuff like that, right? With $100, money that would just disappear normally in the world, I spent it on building that profile and getting in people's brains just for $100. So it's nothing and it's everything. $100 could get you 10 clicks on Google AdWords from Google AdWords or eyeballs to your website, so you can test and measure what they like and don't like. It's nothing, but it's everything. See, don't tell me you want to build a business, then go blow $100 on dumb stuff. Like, the little bits often make a massive difference in your future. Little hinges swing big doors, right? So you want to be, I'm not saying don't spend money, right? You've got to enjoy your life on the way through. Here's what I want to get across to you. It's about the conversation you need to have inside your brain every time you spend money. You've got to ask yourself, do I need to go out for dinner tonight with my friends, or do I need more customers? Do I need to go and buy some new shoes, or do I need customers? Do I need, a $500 suit or a $700 suit? No, I need customers. What do you need most? You just need to have that story, right? I don't mind if you go, no, I actually need to go out for date night tonight with my spouse because I've neglected him or her for the last 3 months. Great. But you've got to have that conversation every time you're looking to spend money, because it costs currently, we don't know exactly, it costs about $12 per 1,000 impressions on Facebook, just as an example. So next time you spend $12, I want you to have that conversation. What do I need more? So your house divided cannot stand. Are you building a business or are you not? All right? Don't tell me you are and then throw your money down the toilet on dumb stuff. Make a decision. Go all in. People tell me they're all in, but their action does not follow what they're saying. And that's what I want for you guys. All right? Now, we just talked about $100. When you build when you start putting hundreds in, $100 could be getting a VA for a week and they write, 40 policies and procedures for you so your staff can follow them. Like, you might think that's not much money. That's a great little project to get done, right? So after you spend those hundreds and you start to redeploy them in your business and you get the little jobs done that you're not getting to, because remember, people say to me, well, I could sit online and build a list rather than spend 100. Yeah, but you don't, because you're busy. So it's about redeploying that money where it's smart, right? You do that long enough and the numbers get a little bit bigger, and then it starts to get to $1,000, right? Everything costs you $1,000 minimum. So it's $1,000 decisions that you're making. And it's like, should I pay myself an extra grand dividend so that I can go and invest in some stock market, flipping trading course, which is just going to be a waste of money? Or should I redeploy that $1,000 into, the first 2 weeks' wages for a part-time salesperson so they can get up and running and yada, yada, yada. You get the point, right? And then after a while, it's not $1,000 decisions, it's $10,000 decisions that you've got to make. The conversation needs to stay the same, whether it's $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. What do I need more? Am I building a business or am I doing this? Next time your friend says we're going on a cruise, even if it's a spiritual cruise, right, where you get to fall around in the spirit and act like a fool, you've got to ask yourself, do I spend $1,000 on this, or do I spend $1,000 on customer acquisition? Which one's going to get me my end game? And so that's all I want you to have. You've got to have that discussion with yourself. If I'd had that discussion with myself 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we would have blown up sooner. That's the long and the short of it. And I don't have many regrets. I don't really have that as a regret, but if I did have one, that would be it. Hey, listen, do me a favor. Start to have that conversation with yourself, right? Get the discipline of going, what do I need more right now? This thing I'm looking at spending, or customers? This thing, where should I deploy this business? Do I need a business, or do I need to go on a boat, right? You get to make that call, but start having that conversation. Whilst you guys are on here, do me a favor, share this video out, right? I'm not here for giggles. I'm here because I want to help as many people as I possibly can, including you. So so share it out for me. I wanna. It's one of my pet hates, right? Spending money on dumb stuff. So help me share that message with more people. Will be a massive blessing for me. And then write a comment for me in the comments box, right? What was the thing that jumped out to you? What are you going to do differently? What is this, you've given up however many minutes of your life to watch this video. What does it mean to you? What are you going to change? That would be a real blessing to me. Anyway, you guys are absolutely awesome and love you heaps. See ya.